That dragon, that beast that we fear, even if we don't know we fear it, that monster in the dark, will fucking kick the shit out of you if you let it in. And that's what we're here fighting today. Like, that's what 126 is designed for. It's why I built it. And even then, even fucking then, training that muscle, building the strength and the fortitude and the courage to face down that demon, that beast that's ready there to jump you at any fucking moment. It's going to get you because it also knows your secrets. It knows all those dark, secret little thoughts in your head, those things that prevent you from doing shit, because it's in you. It's always in you, and you can't actually beat it. You can just win the day, and it'll come back tomorrow. Maybe you'll win a few in a row before it raises its ugly head again, but it will come back. And that beast is named resistance, or that voice in your head that causes you to self-sabotage. Maybe it's you, your voice in your head, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that is stopping you from doing the things you know you should do, from chasing your greatness. And I feel particularly primed to tell you about it today because it is fucking kicking my ass today. And look, do you know what one of Resistance best friends is? Do you know? It's that sneaky one that we all avoid as adults, that we tell our children that they must do. It's fucking sleep. Because the less sleep you get, the more tired you get, the more likely you are to procrastinate, to chase dopamine, to seek those little wins that make you feel that just that little bit better. And they can come in any fucking form. They can come in simple forms like social media, TV. They can come in food. They can come in porn. They can come in drugs. They can come in alcohol. They can come in anything and will sedate that and just make you feel that little bit better and give you that dopamine hit that you are seeking. And when you get tired, your willpower just goes down. It's like it's non-existent. You just have nothing left. Nothing left to serve you, to push you forward, to get that shit done. And that's just the reality of it. And that's the hard pill to swallow. And it's why, especially when you become a parent, and suddenly sleep and your life and aspects of your life aren't your own yet. You can't even control it. And I know for a lot of guys, myself included, sometimes revenge procrastination becomes a thing because you feel like you don't have control of your life. So what do? You procrastinate by watching TV and scrolling social media and binge eating and staying up later than you should. And then you fuck the next day and your willpower is lower again. And so what do? You do it again. You create this fucking doom cycle. You just spiral down, down, down. And this is why I talk about a zero choice mentality. This is why there are no options. There's no thought process. You said it, it's getting done. That's the end of the fucking story. Because these days are going to come and these battles are going to be brutal. And you are going to be faced at a crossroads where you truly, and I mean truly fucking decide what's going to matter to you. And that's the hard part. Now, my sleep has been getting progressively worse across this last week. Like, legitimately progressively worse. Like, I nearly fell asleep on the couch today. And I nearly fell asleep with the sauna today. I am just fucking knackered. Right? And it creates this doom cycle, as I said, into this place where shit is just going to get worse. So I was like, all right, I'm knackered. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to bed early. And I'm going to wake up and tomorrow's going to be a great fucking day. It is now 10 to fucking 9 at night. And I have been delaying this for at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours. This isn't hard. Like, this isn't even hard shit. Like, I enjoy doing this, and here I am delaying it and delaying it and delaying it. And this is the problem, because we back ourselves into this corner. Thankfully, I am far enough into this. I am, 78, 79 days into this program, that habit is kicking in and going, I do not give a shit what your feelings are. You have given your word. And more than that, you are 79 fucking days into it. You are not about to blow it and start again because you're a little bit tired. And it's a hard pill. It's a hard pill to swallow. But this is resistance at its finest. And resistance will fuck with you at every possible turn. And it'll show up in forms that you never even realized were there. And it will hit you in your weak spots. It will come to get you where you are weakest. And do you know how it knows? Because it's you. It's in your head. It's you subconsciously sabotaging you. And so it'll show up and it'll throw everything that is possible at you. And you must just continue forward, continue overcoming. Just keep powering forward. And every day, I spoke about this yesterday, every fucking day that you do this when you don't want to, when you feel like shit and all you want to do is curl up in a ball and hide from the world and, sedate the shit out of yourself, and you just power forward. And it might not be that bad, but any day that you do it that you don't want to is not just a win, it's a huge win. Because you are literally, and I mean literally, building part of your brain that allows you to do this work, to overcome it. This is important. The people who you admire, who are the most crazy badasses of the world, your Goggins, your Cameron Haynes, these men's, your Jockos, people like this, Andy Frisella, all of them have this built in. And they weren't born with it. They built it. They chose it. They deliberately went after it. They chose the difficult path. They chose when they didn't want to do shit, and they got it done anyway because they knew where it was leading them. This is what you must do. This is what 126 to greatness does. It literally forces your hand to build these skills, to build this part of your brain that allows you to overcome that bitch voice, to turn down average and mediocrity and step forward, to continue forward, to slay the monster that is resistance. Every time it rears its ugly head, and each time you get stronger, you level up and you go forward. This is what we are doing. This is what 126 to greatness is about. Yes, it is going to physically transform you, but it's going to mentally and emotionally transform you as well. It's going to turn you into the best father, husband, and man that you can possibly be. This is bigger than just running around with a six-pack, though that's a great fucking side effect. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about stepping into everything you know you should be. This is why we do this. To lead by example for your children. Because they'll then build this muscle. They'll then lead successful lives because you have shown up and you have led by example and you've shown them what that's like. And from a very early age, they will start building that muscle in their head. This is huge. This is what separates those who want and those who achieve. This little thing. When resistance talks and you say, fuck you, when you lay that motherfucker to bed and you rise above it, that's when you win. That's when you win big. And these are the days that matter. These are your test days when you don't feel like it, when you don't want it. And when you actively choose to take on those test days every day, religiously, without fail, with zero compromise, you become fucking unstoppable. And I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about what that would mean to your children. Think about how much more qualified your life would become if you'd done this. How improved and enjoyable life would have been if you'd started this earlier. If you'd built that discipline muscle from the get-go. And it doesn't matter how disciplined you were. I played college basketball. I should have been a pro, not a high level. Let's be fucking realistic. I'm 5'11" on a good day, but I had my shot playing with the professionals in Australia. It didn't work out. I went pretty fucking far with it. And I didn't have the discipline level at the same level that is required. Imagine who you could have been if you go back to the beginning and you built this muscle early on. Imagine that gift you are giving to your children to not have to learn this in their 30s or later. Think of that when you are doing this. Think of them when you face that resistance and you're like, I just don't have it in me today. Cool. Think of their beautiful little faces, them staring up at you. Are you going to let them down? Are you going to teach them that you just don't have it in you today? And that's okay. It's okay to be soft and weak and pathetic, to give up on your dreams, to give up on your word, to break your word, your bond to yourself, to others. Think about that moment. That is the society we live in. Weak and pathetic and rewarding just showing up. The kids who develop the skills to actually work hard, to chase things, to face resistance head on, who build resilience. Those kids are going to run the fucking world. And it's so important because you cannot teach it. You must show it. You must impart it through actions. So when you feel that resistance, when you feel it coming up towards you, this is your moment. This is the moment where you make the difference, where you go and do the work, regardless of how you feel. And you put one more rep in the bank. You build that credit with yourself, and you build it for future events so that your children will be able to live a better life than you ever did. That's what we are doing here. That's what we are building. Because it's about being the best father, husband, and man you can possibly be. So it's time to step the fuck up and start being that guy. And when you're ready to take on that challenge, to actually step up and build that skill set, you know where to find me. Remember, many are called. Only a few will accept. And the rare can actually do this. Are you part of the rare group? Are you ready to chase your greatness? I'm only one click away. Until then.